Side of your screen, and the Sydney Swans. Mitchell got flattened in the middle. He's still on the ground, but getting up now as the Demons go down towards their half-forward line. First to this ball could be Dersma, pushing it wide, and eventually over the line, and a throw-in to take place. Cordy on that outer side. The sun's shining at the moment over the MCG, but it is, as we mentioned in the opener, slippery and also muddy.
Willis, the new boy for the Swans, gets the tap down. It's in the half-forward flank area. The struggle for possession. Very, very difficult conditions at the MCG. Heavy rain been falling quite regularly during the week in Melbourne here, and these sides will certainly have to adapt fairly quickly. It's about 45 metres out from goal. Willis in front. He's positioning himself well early. Chance for Williams. Kicks the ball out towards the wing. O'Dwyer in front, can't mark. Now struggle. Murphy on the bottom of the pack, tries to get the tap out. There's a free kick being paid. It'll go to Melbourne, and that will be taken by... No, it's not. It's going to the Swans. Well, maybe the umpire saw something a little bit before Newport's push in the back, and it'll go back to David Murphy. Murphy, tremendous player on Tuesday in the state match. Up towards half-forward, punched away from behind by O'Dwyer. Chance for Mitchell. Good to see him recover from the heavy knock. Up towards full forward. Here's a goal coming up for the Swans. Can he gather? Yes, Coleman. Great start.
Yes, it was actually Glenn Coleman. The Swans have had a lot of trouble up forward for most of the year, and Glenn Coleman, of course, getting that one over the back and showed terrific recovery. Also, just looking at, as we look at the replay, that Mitchell busy early after that solid knock, as Ian mentioned. Coleman over the back, and he did it pretty well. Kept his cool, just enough toe on the ball to get it over the goal line. Great start to the Swans.
Yes, that's exactly the start they wanted, as O'Dwyer will come up against young David Willis, who's been performing well in the reserves and gets his chance today. But it's O'Dwyer who wins it out of the middle. Trying to take it away was Steins. It's pushed wide out towards the wing. Stretch chasing, gets boot to ball, pushing it even wider. Murphy picks it up for Sydney, hooks it over his shoulder. It's going to be wide, but he'll keep it in play. O'Dwyer coming in over the top, can't take the mark. It's eventually socket off the ground on the outer side, and a throw-in will take place.
Sandy, just looking at those couple of changes, it would appear that Phoebe and Lovett are playing in the seniors, and that out of the side is probably Lyons and Williams.
Okay, well, there's obviously a free kick in that area, because the Sydney Swans have gone into attack again. Bays can't pick it up. White came in very solidly, and it's socket off the ground. And we'll see a throw-in Sydney Swans attacking zone. Well, don't tell me it's on again. Is this going to be shades of round 5?
Williams and Sharon.
Yes, I think the picture almost told us through then, as it just went out of screen, and number 29 met very solidly indeed, and decided to retaliate.
All right, we've got a throw-in Sydney's left forward pocket. Henwood coming over the top, wins it in towards the square. No one able to pick it up. Jackson is there for the Demons, trying to go over the top to Wilson. He can't keep it in play, and we will have another throw-in. Sydney doing all the attacking. Now let's have a look at this from another angle.
He certainly got one fairly high.
Fairly high, yes. I think that sums it up. Healy, marvellous game on Tuesday, going in towards full forward. No mark taken by Tui. Play on is the call. The Demons out of trouble through Lovett.
Well, interesting to see Tui up in the forward line. A bit of strength. Stretch takes the ball away for Melbourne. Good kick in towards the centre, and Steins takes the mark. Great improver, Jimmy Steins. He plays on, gets the handball wide. Now Melbourne deep into attack. Chance for young Flintoff. Out in front of Cordy. He gets the handball away. Grinter's there for Melbourne. The ball close to the line. It comes out too easily for Melbourne's sake. Cordy kicks back to the wing. A free kick being picked out of it. It's going to the Swans to be taken by Williams. Plays on quickly. Little chip kick. Been smothered off the boot. Kick's being paid down the field. Player ran over the mark. And the Swans will take the kick. 50-metre penalty. Perhaps not quite as far as the one inflicted against Stephen Kernahan here last Saturday.
But on days like this, these are going to be crucial, Ian, aren't they?
Certainly are, Sandy, and this will give the Swans a chance to put the ball well within scoring distance. Greg Williams should be able to cover 40 metres plus. Looking for someone a little further upfield, gives an indication that the lead's on. He kicks it to the front. No mark taken. Goes over the back. Bolt dives on the football. Yates has given the kick away. A bit tiggy Touchwood. And Bolton has the free kick. 30 metres metres out. Slight angle.
Look at that replay, and a great lesson there from David Bolton to earn your front spot, and the kick was awarded.
Comes in and shoots for goal. Good looking kick, it's there.
So a great start by the Sydney Swans. Goals to Bolton and Coleman see them shoot 12 points clear.
And Sandy, if we look at this again in replay, David Bolton strived for that front position, and this, not a long kick, David Bolton, but certainly split the centre on that occasion. It would appear that Sharon has picked up Williams and is tagging Williams for the afternoon.
12 points the difference, favouring the Sydney Swans. Sharon tried to get it out of the middle, couldn't do so. May get another opportunity, but there's plenty of pushing and shoving and bumping going on there at the moment. It's eventually forced clear down towards the Demons' half-forward zone. They need a score, they need one badly as Flintoff tried to get it forward. Jackson into the square, and here's their finish. So Ricky Jackson answers the challenge.
That was a kick-off hand pass.
Yes, he's an excellently skilled player, is David Flintoff. As we look at this coming through again, and Flintoff backed out of trouble. The great left-handed hand pass in front was the most important thing there, and finished off beautifully by Jackson. Former Hawthorn player is David Flintoff, had a run with Central Districts in South Australia and back with the Melbourne side now.
And we're back in the middle. Well, one wouldn't have thought it'd be a day for high scores, but we've had 3 goals in almost as many minutes. A great start by both sides. From the centre once again. Pass Spalding, taken by Williams. He's got Murphy wide. Gets onto the right foot, kick down towards the forward line. But solid work by this Demon defence. And the mark has been taken by Newport. And here's another 50. Well, he's going to come from half back.
Do you think they might have been reminded of what happened in round 5, Sandy?
I think May the 1st could be in their minds. When a total of 10 weeks in suspension was handed out, all to Sydney Swans players. At the back, the mark is taken by the ever-reliable Rod Carter. Goes wide.
Out there, he's picked out Murphy, and Murphy's been in the play. First 7 minutes, he's had 6 or 7 possessions. Up towards half-forward, and a good mark been taken by Bayes. Mark Bayes, very talented player. Swings around on the left foot, kicks it up towards half-forward. Tui out in front of White, a little bit too far out there. He kicks the ball up towards full forward. Good mark taken by O'Dwyer. Drifted back and formed the wall. Kicks it out now to Sharon. Sharon at half back. Gets the hand pass away. Healy, a looping hand pass up towards the wing. Good gather by Viney. He's caught with the football. Swans will go back into attack through Bolton. Bolton, short kick. Healy takes the mark at half forward. Well, should that be 50?
Well, it was certainly no worse than the other way around. And Gerard Healy is being tagged by Newport, which is going to be a pretty interesting contest all day.
Well, Gerard Healy will need a kick of 45 metres or a little bit more to score. Very experienced player. 186 V.F.L games. And the majority of them have been played on this ground. Punts for goal. Beautiful kick. Magnificent. Goal.
That's for Sean White. Picks it up and heads towards the boundary line. But he's gone out of bounds on the full, so Sydney again will come into attack.
He doesn't usually make many mistakes, Sean White, with those little chip kicks, but he kicked that one a little too far. Graham Cordy, that's a good kick with the left. Up towards the forward pocket. There's a free kick being picked out of a marking contest. It's going to Tui. And he certainly stirred up the Swans forward line, this man. Little bit of a biff earlier in the match to let the Demon defenders know he was around, and here he is shooting for goal. High, drop punt. Goal! Well, impressed with Willis. He got the tap out back in the centre. The mark's been taken there by Neil Cordy. Defensive side of centre wing. Kicks it up towards centre half forward. Marking duel. Ball hits the ground. Demon defence under enormous pressure. The Swans have done it well in the opening minutes. And it's just on the 50-metre line for the Swans.
He certainly has made a difference, hasn't he, Tui, down there, Ian?
Oh, my word. I think that if you can get that sort of player in the forward line, it's a big bonus. Chance for Henwood. His kick slightly smothered. White can't take the mark. It's centre half forward for the Swans. Demon fans not very happy, perhaps thought that should have been paid, and Sean White lifts himself off the ground, and John Northey looking a little concerned. The opening minutes of this match certainly haven't gone the Demons' way. In there was Henwood. He's been awarded a free kick. Well, I don't know. Bit each way, Malcolm.
Yes, I mean, both, it would appear that both ruckmen wanted the same piece of ground, and I always thought that was play on for mine.
Yes, big, strong fellows battling for possession of the football. And here's the big, strong Swan with the ball. He's about 45 to 50 metres out. Kicking outside 50. Good kick. Gathers ground, goes through for another one for the Swans.
Well, this is an amazing start. It was in the middle. Willis Steins up a fraction early. Henwood tries to steal it with strength. Mitchell and Wilson in there. And we're still virtually in the middle. But a great start by Sydney. Leading by 25 points. Henwood going over the top. Williams tried to take it, couldn't do so. Willis couldn't do anything with it. Henwood tried to sucker it off the ground. Williams tackled high, or was he holding the ball? Tackled high. Still Melbourne fans not happy.
I think they're the only ones we can hear, actually, Sydney.
So Williams to send Sydney into attack. Up towards this half-forward line. Fisted down. Who's going to be first to the football? Sean White tries to soccer it off and runs into Tui. And he is providing a great focal point. He's throwing a bit of weight around, giving players like this man, Healy, a chance to get the football. He's kicked one goal. Now, this will be staggering. If they can go 31 points clear at this stage of the game from 50 metres. Healy's kick will just wobble into the square. It's fisted down. Over the head of Stretch it goes. It eludes Cordy as well. Stretch has superior pace. He gets clear, and Melbourne is out of trouble.
Up towards half forward. Stretch's kick over the top, and a well-judged mark taken in defence for the Swans by Lloyd. Good player, this young guy. In towards the centre. Mark to Bolton on his own. Runs his full 10, runs 15, runs 20. And he's allowed to go on and kicks it up towards full forward. A mark's been taken there for Melbourne by Steins. Big Jimmy Steins in defence. 50 metres. Umpires right onto this. This would be the third one we've had in the match that is only 19 minutes old. Now Steins gets past his opponent and thumps a torpedo up towards full forward. Bounces over the top. Good defence shown there by Carter. Great tackle. Flintoff against the boundary line. Neil Cordy's hand pass picked up by Jackson. Jackson for goal. It's through. Most impressed with young Willis. There's a chance now for the Swans to go up towards half forward. Johnson smashed. Takes a free kick at half back for Melbourne. And at last the Demon fans in front of us. Caught. Oh, a poor effort to tackle by Tui. And Johnson will take the free kick advantage. Paid to Stevie Wright. And Sean White have a blue behind play. Up towards half forward for Melbourne. Clear is Greg Healy. Hand pass off. Jackson back to Greg Healy. Greg Healy goes for goal. Misses. First behind on the scoreboard to Melbourne. 2-1 plays 5-1. And on the boundary line, Dixie Marshall has a report for us.
Thanks, Ian. Well, David Murphy copped that kick right on the jawline. He's conscious and with the doctor now, who says it's slight concussion, but there's no major damage, and Murphy may even get back on.
Williams with a free kick. No, he won't play the free kick. It'll go to Williams, who took the mark. Plays on quickly, pushes it out wide. Here's an opportunity for Cordy if he can pick up the slippery ball. He picks it up beautifully. Kicks in from 60 metres, down towards full forward. Coleman is there. Steins goes back with a fist, trying to get it across to Sean White. Can't do anything with it. The ball goes to ground. And eventually lets it play on. Comes to Coleman. He shoots it goal and has put it through. And Sydney lead, a healthy lead too, 11-8 to 4-5. Wilson clear for the Demons, but the kick is partly smothered. Gets it to Lovell, then back to Wilson again. They've got to do something with just under 13 minutes remaining in this third quarter. The ball is pushed wide. It's going to be kept in play, taken by Kellett. Not a fashionable looking kick, but effective certainly. Wilson had no assistance, so his hand pass went straight back to Bays, up towards centre wing. Murphy has it fisted out of his hands by Lovett. Murphy quick to recover, however. Look at him burrowing for that ball. Sheer courage, and he holds it up on centre wing. The boy copped a shocking knock early in the game, left the ground on a stretcher, and here he is back in the fray once again. The kick is a good-looking one, too, to Williams. He plays on, wide to Bolton. Bolton from 50 metres, closing in, 40, 30. He shoots a goal. Bang! There goes another one.
Magnificent play, David Murphy set it up. Wasn't that tremendous courage, as you mentioned, Sandy, being taken off on a stretch to do that? Then for Williams to be that quick with the handball to the running Bolton was as good a piece of play you could see all day. Have a look at this for hands. 3 Melbourne players there out in front, the important thing, and David Bolton with that scintillating pace broke up that defence of Melbourne, and a great goal.
Perfect description. Magnificent football. Well, the scoreboard, sorry tale for Melbourne. Willis, he's a good ruckman, this boy. Off to Cordy, up to half forward. Swans again, Henwood can't mark. Grinter under pressure. Throwing himself on it, Gerard Healy. Grinter over the top. And umpire indicates that it's been held against Gerard Healy, and he'll ball it up.
Looking at the Melbourne forward line, you've got Johnson, Newport, Yates and Greg Healy all playing there, all standing head and well below the Swans players.
Struggle for possession between centre half forward and centre wing, and the umpire indicating it's my ball, and he'll come in and ball it up again.
Yes, they've certainly got a height problem in that forward line, have Melbourne.
12-8 plays 4-5. 11 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Viney struggling hard, and Lloyd, umpire, it was Potter actually at the bottom of the pack there for the Swans. And again, Steins going a little early, interferes with the Swans ruckman, and the Swans young ruckman from Henty, David Willis, takes the free kick. Not a bad looking kick either, towards full forward, out in front, Tui. The Swans are absolutely killing Melbourne, and Tui takes the mark, 35 metres out directly in front.
There is Bernard Tui with that long shot at goal. Looks good. Great goal.
So Bernard Tui kicks his second. He kicked one in the first quarter, and this is turning into a thrashing.
Well, it's a bit one-sided. I don't think anyone thought that this would happen, but that man has been on the forward line since the start of the match, and he's certainly livened it up for the Swans. They've been looking for a full forward, and maybe, just maybe, there he is. Bernard Tui, he's only kicked 2, but he stirred up the Melbourne defence.
86 plays 29 from the centre. It's Greg Healy puts his body over the ball. Potter is over the top of him, so too is Wright. No one able to get it out. And with just over 10 minutes remaining in this third quarter, we will see a ball up, still virtually in the middle. That gentleman does look concerned. No one getting an effective tap clear. Wright tries to punch through the air. Bays comes over the top. Potter onto the left foot, goes wide. Murphy and Lovett. Who's going to be first to recover? Murphy, but can't keep it in play. Running out of room, and so a throw in.
Shouldn't make excuses, but no, Williams, Lyon and Campbell played in the seconds. It lacked a bit of goal-kicking power up forward to the Melbourne side.
O'Dwyer tumbling a punt. The bounce is a bad one for Carroll, but good for Willis. And the big fella thumps a punt back towards the left half forward flank area. Taken by O'Dwyer, gets it across to Lovett. Melbourne to Johnson in the middle. Johnson plays on. Steins waiting at the back. Newport with him is Yates. Newport will fire at goal and bounces one through. At last the Demons have scored a goal.
Well, we've mentioned that they've made a lot of changes up forward, Melbourne. And
Quarter at some stage. Free kick at the centre bounce to be taken by O'Dwyer. Short kick. And there is the Swans defence in front again. Neil Cordy. He's played a great game. Out wide, Dennis Carroll, equally as good in defence. Williams, tremendous, off to Mitchell. Little bit too far for that player. Melbourne have the numbers. Phoebe, handball long. Greg Healy, He's got 15 metres. Left foot kick, looking for Steins. In there is... Now it comes up towards half-forward, Viney. Oh, tackled well. Swans defence tremendous. Kellett dragged when he didn't have the football and will take the free kick.
Once again, Sean White moved back to full forward, hasn't he? Made some changes.
Kellett out wide, got a player on his own, Parsons. 2 grabs and he takes the mark in front of Dersma. Parsons at half-back for the Swans. Lumbering. 50-metre kick. Big thump by Grinter. Nearly as good as a kick. Over the top. Chance for Yates. Yates' kick up towards full forward. Pushing and shoving. Jackson pushed off the ball by Bays, and it'll go over the line. We'll have another throw in. It's about 30 metres around from the Melbourne goal. They've only managed 5 goals, 5, that demon forward. And they've got another chance here. Parsons, Steins gets the tap out to the back. Williams constructive as ever. Mitchell towards the wing. Graham Cordy can't mark. Punch on by Dersma's pretty good. Wilson back to Dersma. Dersma over the top. Newport finds a little bit of space and gets his kick in. Up towards full forward, but the Swans are there in numbers, and it's Lloyd. Off it goes to the captain, Carroll. Back to Cordy. Look at them running. Carter's there in support, and he eventually gets the hand pass. Carroll. He's just kept on running, Dennis Carroll, and eventually gets a kick. And would you believe now the Swans are in attack. Up towards half forward. Tui's there. Handball on. Shrugging the tackle, Murphy. Left foot shot for goal. Is a goal. Tremendous play.
A sensational display by the Swans. After a 30-point lead at half-time, they led by 63 points at three-quarter time.